It's RPW here, and welcome back to another Talk Dragon Tuesday. Today is October 16th, and if you don't already know, they're bringing in the new breeding event coming this Wednesday, which has been a shocker across the community, which is the whole basis into why I've decided to change up my Talk Dragon Tuesday for this week. And instead of it being me promoting for PG, I'm turning the tables and promoting for the player. So this week, all this week, I will be promoting what your thoughts are in my channel. Now, I posted out some stuff on social media, in my line, and even in the forum that I would like to do a video and, of course, invite you to be a part of it. You know, let you have a voice in the things that we're saying, because it seems like sometimes we're not being heard. So this is allowing you to actually have a voice across a social platform. Now, this doesn't mean that anything that we say here is going to make changes, and it doesn't mean that everybody's going to agree with the things that everyone in here says. But the point is, we all deserve a say. And, you know, whether I even agree with what you have to say, I do want to be one of those players that listens to you. And I want to, of course, give you a platform to make that speech. So please know I do back you. I do support you. RPW does stand with you. All right, so our first guest today is actually coming in shortly, but before we join him, I just want to remind everybody that this is Talk Dragon Tuesday. So today, if you drop down to the very bottom of this video, there will be a comment section where you can put your in-game name. And then, of course, later this week, we'll have a live drawing where you could possibly win a $20 in-game pack. Now, this $20 in-game pack, the prize winner is chosen by me, but the prizes themselves are actually distributed by War Dragons themselves. However, if you won last week's contest, please know that there apparently was a delay in the process, so you won't be getting yours until this week, and for that, I very much apologize. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the first series of Talk Dragon Tuesday for this week. Everyone, I got Odin here. Welcome back to the show. It's been a long time since you were with me.
It has been a while.
Yeah. You were my very, very first interview here on this channel, actually.
Yeah, I actually remember doing all that. And also, I remember giving you the spotlight around that same time as well.
Yeah, you did. It was pretty awesome. But I think a lot of people think that we're enemies.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why, but I just want to clear that up, and I think you do too, that we're working together to try and make the community a better place for everyone and to offer tips. You know, it's not a competition. It's not like we're trying to, you know, do better than the other. It's just we're trying to work together.
Right, and we don't always see eye to eye, but it doesn't make us, you know, mortal enemies.
Right.
But I think the other thing is people have to understand that there's a huge difference in the basis of our channels.
Right. Like,
you are very good about, like, your channel is really awesome for people that are, you know, higher level players, because you've got a lot of more experience than I do. You tend to have a lot of passion for the game because you've seen all the changes, good and bad. So I don't really have that benefit that you do.
But you're more geared towards the lower levels, which I think this community does need, because a lot of the contributors that are already out there, like Red and Coach, and I know they aren't doing it now, but you know, when they were doing it, there wasn't really a lot of people who were willing to give these completely basic guides, which a lot of players still need. So, you know, both of our channels have different, are geared toward different, you know, player bases. They're not really different player bases, but it's just different groups of players.
Right. Always fun. Well, but I think people think that it was going to be one of these things where I came in and I just started ranting the way you do, but that's not exactly what I was planning to do. What is it that
you're doing the smarter way? The majority of my ranting videos are really based upon the community, because, like, a lot of the problems that are faced aren't necessarily things that affect me, but they are problems that I see in the comment section on every single video. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, there needs to be something, you know, there needs to be something that targets those issues, and a lot of times that's what creates the need for a quote-unquote ranting video. But there's been some specific issues that have affected me as well.
I think there's a misunderstanding that I don't care and then this PG spy or only, you know, believe in PG and whatever. And I'm going to be honest with you. I do believe that, you know, money spending in the game is important, not necessarily for everyone. but that's what helps the game grow, and that's what keeps it going for the rest of us that don't spend a lot of money. But I don't know. So when you say that, people are like, wait, what? What about us free to play? And I'm like, I didn't say that I don't like free to play. I just like the idea of supporting the game.
Right. I mean, you have to have some income, right? I mean, PG has to have some money to creating the game. They need to be able to fund that, and without that, there's not going to be a game. So I agree with you on that. There needs to be a good balance, and I think there is currently a good balance between free-to-play players, like insane spenders, and like just the moderate spenders. And I think the community has kind of evened out in that respect.
What is it that you love about War Dragons?
I would say the two biggest things are, the first thing is the community. Like, honestly, the game wouldn't be here without the community that is present. Like, I've played a couple games in the time that I've been alive, which is not very long. But I played a couple games, and I've never really experienced a community quite like this one. And I've heard the same from other people. And it's a pretty close group. Like, everyone kind of knows each other, which is really cool. And I think part of that's due to the fact that the community itself is actually quite small compared to other games. Like, there's not millions of active players. There's maybe like 100,000 to 200,000 probably.
Right.
And the other thing is the designs. I'm not like an artistic kind of person, but I kind of like seeing the cool effects and the actual visuals.
Why is it you stay? Like, why do you keep on playing even though there are problems in the game?
Because I'm holding out hope that TG starts listening at some point, and I think they will eventually to some extent. Because if they start listening, you know, I don't voice my negative opinions as much as I do just because I want to. In real life, I'm actually not that negative of a person. I'm pretty positive. But I really would like to see some changes be made. And I want this community to grow. Like, not even just for my YouTube channel, but the game, because as the community grows in the game will exponentially get better. Because you have more competition, you get more funds coming to PG, because as the amount of players increase, the amount of spenders there are, which increase the money, which increase, possibilities of better, management of the game, maybe some better coders, quote unquote. So I think it's just going to be a domino effect if we can start making some changes to increase this community.
All right, so one of the other things that I'm asking the players, of course, is if you went to PG and you got to visit with them, and they said, Odin, I'll tell you what, one thing, we'll give you one change today, what would it be?
So what I would personally change, and I think that this isn't necessarily towards any gameplay mechanics or anything like that, it's more so the community, which is my personal, target, because I do talk to a lot of the community, and based on feedback, I think what would really positively impact the community is maybe having some people on streams besides Crisis and Arlena, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, they are great, but they are when they first came on into the streams, they were brand new to the game themselves, and they were trying to promote a game that they didn't even understand. And with, if a brand new player who's never seen the game, they come to a live stream and they see people who are quote unquote employees of a game being corrected every other sentence by the community, what does that say? Like, do those employees really don't care enough about the game to actually understand the game's mechanics? And I think if we could increase if we could increase the amount of community engagement in the live streams, like, I once mentioned a Pixel, it was nearly a year and a half ago. What about having some community members do the live streams? Like, people who are doing YouTube videos, who are doing Twitch streams, why not have them take over, let's say once a month, right? Just have either a guest or a just complete takeover of just one live stream. And I know it probably couldn't do the full takeover because of, liability, but having a guest, they used to do that like almost every week. And that really allowed people to interact, right? It brought in new people, and people from the community who were brand new could see these experienced players just talk about the game. And they were very enthusiastic about it, which got people excited. They were ready to play. So yeah, that would be the biggest thing.
You are definitely a lot more of a pillar in this community than I think many people realize. So I just think
I'm glad I'm able to help some people. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And shout out to you as well. Like, I mean, sure, I've done some stuff, but you have a direct contact with TG, and I think that over time, as you get a firmer base on YouTube, which hopefully we can increase pretty soon, I think you're going to be a really big asset to this community.
This is actually probably a good time to announce it. I just made my 1,000.
Oh, you did? Congratulations.
I don't know how solid it is. I feel like there might be some kind of magic in this because of the drama of this, episode coming in, the one we're doing. So I'm like, wonder if people just subscribe just to be able to watch the video, and then once they're done, they'll leave and be like, now I'm back down to 990 something, So, but
probably not. Most of the time, people subscribe for drama and then they kind of stay. Which at least that's what I've noticed with my channel. So
pretty cool. I appreciate all your support, and of course for the shout out so long ago. I mean, I cried like a baby. I cried like a little baby. What do you think of our picture?
I love it. It actually looks really sick. I like it.
Makes me think of comic book heroes or something. And you're all like screaming, like the guy is all like, like it's so perfect.
Yeah, I think that would work. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So, all right. I appreciate you coming in. I know you're a very busy person. You got your own stuff going on with your game and life, and I'm sure you've got a girlfriend and hundreds of friends waiting on you somewhere else too. So I really appreciate taking the time to come hang out with me and all of the viewers over here. And we, of course, will see you around on your channel.
Will do. Nice seeing you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, so if you don't already know, Odin and I have actually joined forces on Facebook. You can actually look us up on there. It's RPW/Odin, and then it's YouTube. So you can actually join our Facebook group there, where we're going to actually start posting videos and information for you guys in one spot. Now, again, guys, today you should go clear to the bottom of this section and put in a comment with your in-game name so that you can enter for a chance to win a $20 in-game pack. All right, guys, don't forget to check back tomorrow to see who else has been featured in this video, and I will see you then. Until next time.